Hello, you must be the new hire. I'm Perdita, the manager here. The owner told me to expect you. Come with me to the office and I'll get you set up. Do you have a preferred name? It's alright if it's unconventional, as long as you answer to it. Nobody uses real names here anyway. We already have your documents on file, so I don't need you to do any additional paperwork. Here's a copy of the employee handbook. What's your size? Everyone wears a uniform vest. This one looks like it fits you. Put your name tag right here. Hey, this looks good on you. You wear it well. I'm sure you heard all this in your interview, but I have to repeat it to make sure we're on the same page. Your position here is general assistant. Your job is to support the entire front of house staff as needed. Of course, you cannot be everywhere at once, so you have to do things in order of priority. The first priority is always safety. If there's a spill that needs to be cleaned, a tripping hazard, or anything that's a threat to safety, your priority is to take care of it. The second priority is efficiency. If you see any of our front of house staff getting overwhelmed, it's your job to jump in and assist. In this capacity, you might take on the role of barback, food runner, or gopher. If anyone on staff asks you for your assistance and you are not already busy, you have to help. Your third priority is guest accommodation. Sometimes guests will ask you for things. If a guest asks you for something reasonable, you must provide it. If you do not know if you should accommodate a specific request, ask me or another senior staff member. After you have been here for a while, we may move you into a more specific role that suits your skill and taste. For now, we are understaffed and need somebody who can do a bit of everything. For today, I want you to focus on learning our layout and getting to know the staff. And of course, helping out where you can. Like you, everyone here has a story. You only end up at Nexus if something interesting happens to you. My story? Well, you see, I'm not a true vampire. I was born a human. I always tried to look out for my sister, but maybe I did too much for her. She was always getting into trouble. I think she took my protection for granted, honestly. She was always a little selfish and reckless. Her trouble kept escalating. One day I was chasing after her, trying to make sure we didn't get separated. I don't remember what she was running from originally. Somehow she found a way to cross the dimensional barrier, and I crossed right behind her. We crossed several barriers and ended up in some scary places. Along the way, we managed to collect some charms of power. She got Nolan acid, I got slime, fire, ice, stone, some others, 8 in all. I don't know how I got so many while keeping up with her for so long, but I used my tinkering skill to combine them into a powerful gun, and that helped a lot. When we reached a dimension full of vampires, she ran far ahead of me, and I lost sight of her. My little charm gun ran out of ammunition right as I was surrounded by a pack of vampires, at least a dozen of them. I knew I was dead. At the center of the pack, there was one who stood tall while the others slinked around him, staying close but not too close. While the others looked human, he was strange. The shine on his eyes was red, he was abnormally tall and slim, but the most noticeable thing was his several massive hooked teeth that curled out of his mouth and obscured the lower part of his face. This was a rare creature, a true vampire. As I said, I knew I was dead. They all knew I was there. I had to think fast, so I moved on instinct. I ran to the center of their moving circle and jumped on the true vampire, gripping his torso like a koala. Rather than being knocked back, he caught me perfectly and bit right into my shoulder, turning me. I still think that if I hadn't done that, the other vampires would have ripped me to pieces. I turned quickly. Then the true vampire, known as the Immortal, took me with him to hunt down my sister. We managed to track her down to a warehouse and then split up to cover more ground. I found my sister first. I was hanging from the ceiling and made a noise to get her attention. She almost shot me. I showed her the 8 charms gun and told her that if she added her acid charm that it would have infinite ammo. I offered to trade it to her in exchange for the Null. Of course, I knew better than to trust her, so I made her hold up the Null first and grabbed it as I dropped the gun. She went after the Immortal after that, dealing a lot of damage, and I dealt the finishing blow. After that, my sister and I parted ways. The vampire clan didn't want me after I killed their leader, of course. I would have had to either take over them as the new leader or leave, so I chose to leave. I didn't particularly like them much. After going through so many dimensional barriers, naturally I ended up in Nexus, which, as you know, is built on the point where all the central dimensions meet. I still use the Null charm, but instead of killing monsters, I use it to dampen my vampirism. I'm perfectly fine as long as I eat raw meat every week. I don't have to hunt at all. One of the perks of my job is that I eat for free, and Chef Remigio can't stop me. I think you'll like it here. We look out for each other. As long as you aren't a troublemaker, we welcome you. Like I said, if you need help with anything, don't hesitate to ask. As the manager, it's my job to make sure you can do your job. No problem is too big or too small. Go out there and do your best.